This is it, the final monthly update. The Tools for the Trades Monster Jam mini build has been amazing to watch. Now I'm Dylan McCool, here to recap the last monthly update before the big reveal in Austin, Texas. The last check-in today brings in highs and lows. The highs are seeing the hard work come to life, the focus and dedication by instructor Chris Lady and the build team, and most importantly, the relationships that formed over the months. The lows, thankfully, are few and far between, but are also part of the entire experience. This is the final time the students are together working as a team on the project. After today, the mini truck will be moved to Buda, Texas, where it will be under lock and key until the media reveal June 5th, followed quickly by the big event at the Moody Center. During this last working session, you can feel the pressure and the heat, literally the heat. Filming took place at Brazos Valley Auto Restoration and the temp was as high as the humidity. Let's check in to see what kind of lines and art the legendary pinstriper Cliff Anderson is laying down on the mini truck.
Today, I'm seeing nothing but hard work getting put into it. Yeah, I can see it all coming together. I haven't had a chance to look at the chassis, but what I saw was impressive, and I can picture it with the body on it. It's going to blow some minds. The reaction is going to be pretty unreal. I think at first they probably won't even believe that kids built that thing. It's going to look like those other full-on monster trucks. It's that cool. It's going to be a pretty big moment, and they've got a lot to be proud of. It's a quality job. It looks top shelf.
They don't come any better than Cliff. How does he keep such a steady hand? Now, I wonder if he'd make the journey to my shop to stripe some of my projects. Timing-wise, the build is in great place. Today the goal is to stripe the bodywork, reassemble the chassis, finish the wiring, bleed the brakes, and bolt the body down onto the chassis. There's a ton to do, and in the heat to boot. So let's dive in to see how it's going. From what I saw, the students are in a pretty good place on the build, but they did run into a couple of wrinkles that resulted in the team feeling the stress. The brakes and the wiring box. Now here's team captain JD giving us an update on what's not going their way today.
So currently we're trying to get the brakes figured out, and right now we've bled all the hoses and we bled the master cylinder trying to get the brake disc to close up on the rotor so we can brake and stop the vehicle, but right now it's just not working. We're trying everything out. We've been working on it for a couple hours, so I'm getting a little frustrated. We're getting a little angry at each other, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but we got to continue to work together, and I'm trying to tell my team that to talk, continue to work with another, work with the amazing teachers we have here, just continue to talk about it, keep going through the trials and tribulations that we're having.
A friendly reminder, this is a high school student, not an experienced project team leader. JD is the real deal. I'd love to have him over here at my shop. Now while they worked through the braking issues, they ran into a wiring box issue too. That's when Colt Stephens jumped in again to provide expert guidance. Colt is more than just the driver of ThunderROARus. He's a second-generation Monster Jam driver.
Working with the Bryan High School build team, the biggest thing that I've learned is just kind of showing them every little detail. You realize how much they need guidance and need to know what's next, but it's awesome to watch them soak it up like a sponge. It's watch them see what they need to do, figure out how they need to achieve it, and then get it done. That is really awesome to me to be able to see and witness. Yeah, there's no doubt about the feeling that you get in a Monster Jam truck, but then to bring these kids along and bring them to an event where they get to debut something is definitely going to be awesome. And one thing that I want them to feel whenever they get there is the fact of accomplishment. Being in front of those people, for them to see the people get excited for what they just did. They might be out here putting the work in and every day kind of being like, oh man, this is not as fun as I thought it was going to be. But as soon as they step foot on that floor and they see all those other kids I'll oogle and ogle over their truck, and what they just did, that's gonna make them feel so good, and I can't wait for them to experience that feeling. It's almost like being a gladiator, walking into the arena for the first time. So much joy. The nerves are getting you, but you're ready. You can't wait. It's time. We made it. Let's go.
Colt has been working alongside the team at their school for months. His contributions have made a significant difference. Also happening today, the build will undergo an official safety inspection, just like the full-size Monster Jam trucks do. Cody flew in from the Monster Jam tour to help students prep the vehicle for the safety inspection.
So the tech official's job is to maintain safety for the drivers and the spectators, as well as doing safety inspections on the vehicles to make sure they're safe for competition. During the inspection, we're looking for any wear and tear on the vehicle that might be compromised during competition. We're looking for expirations on harnesses and things like that, just making sure everything's up to date and fresh and safe for nothing coming off of the vehicle during competition or nothing breaking down that could jeopardize safety. So the inspection sheet that I'm going to be working off of is almost identical to the inspection sheet that we have for a full-size Monster Jam truck. It's got all of the same points, and it's going to take a little bit to get through the whole thing, but we are not sparing any expense as far as that's concerned. The surprising thing to me is how clean it is even underneath. Everything that you can't see is still executed extremely well. Normally that's where you would hide things, but they didn't cut any corners on this truck. It is extremely surprising to see that high school kids are doing something to this caliber.
Cody has a pretty cool gig. After catching up with Colt and Cody, here are some more peeks at the build. Now, just like with the Rat Rod build, you know I can't show you the whole truck, just sections. If I showed you the whole truck, how could I get you back for the reveal? By the way, I'm going to be doing a live reveal at the media event June 5th. I'm doing it for the folks that can't make it to the Monster Jam event in Austin, and I want you to see it real time. And it's all going to be on my YouTube channel. As the build comes to an end, I wondered how instructor Chris Lady and some of the students were feeling.
Seeing these kids come together and the things that they come up with and do is just amazing. At no point did those students ever think they were going to build a mini monster truck in their lives. Northern Tools for the Trades program and Monster Jam and Bryan ISD made it happen, and they'll have something to keep for themselves forever. Having the tools that were given to us to be able to use and build this truck was just, it was a great time.
You know, we've been working for months. You know, we worked weekends, after school, before school. So I mean, just finally seeing everything come together and be like a complete product, it just feels real good.
You know, we're out here to learn, but at the same time, those relationships that you build with your teachers and your friends and the people that you work with, it means a lot, because those are employable skills that you gotta have to go into the workforce.
I've made some very good friendships throughout this build. You create that like a closer bond to them than you would just through school or through welding.
I'd say Mr. Lady, he's a very passionate teacher. He's very passionate about what he does. He's super invested in us.
He's a really good guy. He's respectful towards me and towards the others. He's a very chill guy, easy to get along with. He's a loving father, a loving teacher, and a loving mentor.
To Mr. Lady, I want to say thank you for all your hard work you've done. You've made us one big family, and we greatly appreciate that. You've helped us with so much, not only in welding, but in life, helped us with so many things outside of school, and we greatly appreciate all that you've done for us and that you will continue to do for us.
Thanks, Mr. Lady.
Thank you, 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 Northern Tools. Thank you, Monster Jam.
Until the reveal, this is me not saying that we hope to see you at the next monthly update. This is me saying I can't believe what a bunch of high school students have accomplished. I'll echo both Chris Lady and Cliff Anderson. The pride and quality of work associated with this build is nothing less than amazing. So I'll close with this. Thank you, Northern Tool and Tools for the Trades, for making another high school-led build possible. I can't imagine how you'll top this build, but I've heard you got something up your sleeve already. Lastly, thank you for following the build month after month and for joining us in celebrating the trades and the high school students learning about what a career in the trades could be like.